We can review March 3rd, 2025. Last week I went to Europe. I went to Amsterdam for a couple days, quick trip. I think I flew in on Tuesday and then I was out by Friday morning. The first day, Wednesday, the first full day I was there, went to the trainer summit. We had a gathering for all of our European seminar staff. So the red shirts who teach the level 1 and level 2, we brought them together. And then our team led 2 days of training. I went for the last part of it, did a little Q&A with Nicole, and just spent some time with the trainers. Didn't get to spend a lot of time with them because I was only there for such a short time, but it was really good to see them. Those are all the guys, again, who are teaching the level 1s and level 2s. So they're out there and they're making it happen. They're spreading the word and teaching the methodology to new affiliate owners, new trainers, and people who are just interested in the level 1. Incredibly important group of people, all of them from around the world, all of our seminar staff members. And we try to do these gatherings with them every several months for different groups, every year or two for each group. So in the past, we've done annual gatherings, which were really cool and a really good time, but we haven't been able to do those in a while. So currently we just go out and do some with the smaller groups. The next one that we're going to do is in a few months, or it's further than that, several months down the road, and it's the Australian and Asian seminar staff members. We'll bring them together. I think we're doing that one in Korea. So really good time. Was there, did that. The next day, though, so Thursday, I then toured a bunch of affiliates. I think we visited 9 affiliates in total, and one gym had 2 affiliates in the same space, which was really cool. I talked about that a little bit on the open announcement. And then from there, we went to CrossFit Almere for the open announcement show, and we're going to have a watch party where a bunch of the affiliates from the area came in, and we even had some come in from, we had an affiliate owner and their family came in from Belgium, so that was pretty cool. So we had another member come in from Germany, so we had a lot of people come in, and we had this big watch party. And a couple things about the watch party. I decided when I was flying out there, I'm like, you know what, with this group, with the watch party, there was maybe 70 or 80 people there. There was a lot of people. I'm going to announce the workout. So when I got there, I came up with a quick little script, and then we paused the show. So we paused the live announcement show, and then I did 25.1 and we went through a announcement. And it was a lot of fun, and I think they all enjoyed it. And then we restarted the show and watched the show a few minutes behind. So in reality, that group of people that were in that room, they heard the workout. They heard 25.1 about 2 or 3 minutes before everyone else in the world did. So, and I told them that. I said, hey, you guys are going to be the first to know. I had talked with other affiliate owners and members about doing the open announcement. So I got sucked into doing it that night. And I had no plan. I just did it. I didn't push too hard. I just wanted to keep moving. And I thought that'd be a good strategy. And I did keep moving. And I ended up with a 148. And then as I started looking back and I started talking to people, I realized that was a really poor time. And so I flew back on Friday. I got back Friday afternoon. Had a good night's rest on Friday night. And then Saturday morning I did it. And I was able to get 182. So I accomplished all of the round 7. And then from there, I took Sunday off. And I was like, all right, I think I can improve on that. And even if I can improve on it by 1 or 2 reps, I'll be happy. So then on Sunday, I did it again. Monday, this morning, I did it again. And I got 2 additional reps. So I got 184. So my final score was 184. The first one, I had no plan. I was all over the place with my burpees. I actually stepped back and jumped forward, which, having seen it and watched everyone else do it, that was a dumb idea. And I was all over the map on arm. I would sometimes stay on the same arm. I'd switch every 2 or 3. Then on the second attempt, the one where I got 182, I stepped back and stepped forward every single time, and I switched every single rep on the arm. Then on the 184, I said, all right, I'm going to try hopping back and stepping forward as long as I can, and then I still switched every arm on the 184. On the 184, I thought I was moving. I thought I was much faster. But by the time I got to the 21s, I looked at the clock and I was pretty much in the same spot I was on the 182 effort. I don't know if it's just overall fatigue or what, but really happy I did it. In the very beginning of when this workout kind of came together, Boz and team had sent a handful of workouts and ideas, concepts. I looked at them. I asked Chase for some ideas. He sent me some ideas. I looked at the ideas. I was thinking about what a good point one is. Point one is a really important workout because it basically sets the tone for the rest of the Open and is really from Thursday to Monday. A lot of people are choosing to do the Open or not based on that workout. I remember 14.1, we had double unders. It had double unders and a couple other movements, and people lost their mind. They were so upset that we included double unders as the first, double unders as a complex movement in the first Open workout. So why I say that is because whenever you add or have complex things in a first workout, it can make it hard on affiliates and on clients. The more equipment you have, the harder it makes to run. So last year we had a dumbbell, we had the snatch, we had the burpee, which are pretty, easy things to do and common things to do. I liked those because how accessible it was, but I didn't want to clearly do the same thing. Having the dumbbell is great because it doesn't require a lot of equipment other than just that object, and then finding some other movements to do with it. I really do like the burpee as an opening movement in a workout. And so that made sense to include. Playing around with the dumbbell, I wanted to come up with something different, not necessarily the same snatch, obviously. And so looked at what we've done in the past and really thought about what's easy to judge and what's easy to have people do that a lot of people with very minimal instruction can do. The dumbbell clean with a light dumbbell, just get it to here and then get it overhead. Pretty straightforward movement. So I like the idea of using that movement. And then the lunge, I was thinking about making it a triplet, whereas the first one was a couplet. And then I'm like, well, what's a triplet of the first one? When I say the first one, I meant last year's. Last year's was a couplet. What's a triplet we can do? How could I add a third feature to this, a third piece? And that ended up being the lunge. And specifically reducing another thing we've heard a lot about from people is the 25 feet is long. And it's hard for affiliates to do that. So I was like, all right, well, let me play around with 15 feet. 15 feet down, 15 feet back. And so I played around with that. I started playing around in testing with lunging it down and lunging it back. I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is possible. It's hard. Overhead lunge, front rack lunge, suitcase carry lunge. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And for some reason, I was just like, why? Why even use the weight? Everything we do, or not everything, but often the default is to go into making it heavier or more difficult. I'm like, why not just have an unloaded lunge? So I was like, all right, great. We're going to do and I think I did the burpees first. So we're going to do the 3 burpees, and then we're going to do the 3 clean and jerks, and then 3 down and back with no weight. Well, the thing is, in V1, and actually the only one I tested, in the very first expression of this, it was 3 burpees, and then it was 3 right arm clean, hang clean, and jerk, and 3 left arm hang clean and jerk, and then the lunge. So I did that. I started, and within 2 rounds, by the round of 6, I was like, all right, wait a minute. This is way unbalanced. This isn't going to be too this isn't going to be what I'm looking for, because it's going to become really heavily biased towards the heavy or towards the dumbbell if we made it 3-3-3. And so not halfway through, but after the rounds of 6 in this testing session, I basically pivoted and I did then 9 burpees and 9 hang, power clean and jerk lunge, and then 12. I think in that testing session, I might have got into doing some work in the 18s, but it really wasn't about trying to go far. It was more about, just feeling it and seeing what it would feel like for people and how it would play out. I also didn't, I think I went to 12 minutes and then said, nah, we need to, or maybe I went to 12 minutes altogether, and then presenting it to the team. Boz suggested keeping it 15. I don't know. I might have gone 15. But anyway, so that's kind of the backstory on how that one came together. I think it was really cool. I think it's a fun one. I think it's really good. A lot of people can do it. It's a good measure of fitness. It's crazy what some of these guys are getting out there. So to everyone who has done it, good job. To everyone who's thinking about doing it, you have a few more hours left. And to everyone involved in the Open, great job. Good being here. Good being playing with you in the Open, because this is a lot of fun. And it's really cool to see all the affiliate owners and all the community members and trainers who are really leaning into the Open. There's so much excitement around it. The show was great. The show that our team put on, I watched it from afar, and I thought they did a really good job. It was nice and condensed, and having Rich compete was really cool. The crew who announced it, I thought that was really neat. They submitted, when I put out the challenge, they submitted early on, and I liked who they are and what they represent. So we looked at some other ones and decided to use them. And I think the guy did a really good job with the announcement. So overall, from the announcement, even leading up, but from the announcement to now, just watching the community rally behind the Open and everyone compete and throw down. And it's looking like the number might end up at 240, 230 or 240. Wherever it ends up is awesome. And it's amazing that few 100,000 people sign up and do this as a community. And I'm really proud of the community for coming together. It's been a great first week, and I'm excited for the next 2 weeks. 2 and 3 will be awesome too. Changing gears a little. Last week, working with the CrossFit Athlete Council, we changed the grip rule. So we had asked them what their thoughts were on the grip rule, which has been so controversial over the years. And they came back and gave us some recommendations. We went back and forth on the language, and just like that, they're making a difference, and they're making an impact, and they're leaning in really, leaning in a lot. They communicate with us. We're going back, and there's a lot of other things we're looking at together. And so it's been wonderful working with them. And that grip change is a tangible example of changes we're making because of their involvement. Okay, I'm going to get into comments now. At Brad Anderson, good evening, David, or good evening, Dave. I work for the VA in prosthetics. If I CC you as my supervisor, will you have my back for the 5 things I did last week? Burpees, dumbbell hang cleans, dumbbell shoulder to overhead, lunge 15 feet, lunge 15 feet. To maximize efficiency, max rounds, reps in 15 minutes. At first I was reading this, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I realized, oh, he works for the VA. The 5 things that Elon asked people to submit as what did you do last week. So that's awesome. Great comment. Yes, and you can CC me. At Matt Burns 7234, Dave, so good to have you back. Do you like the size of the CAC? Would you rather have a smaller or larger CAC? Do you think it's doing a good job? Thanks. I like the size of the CAC. If it was too much bigger, we wouldn't be able to get a lot done. And if it was too much smaller, it wouldn't be efficient. So I think the CAC is the right size. At Pink Shorts 848, saw a video of you judging Rich in 12.2. What do we have to do to get you to judge one of the guys in 25.3? 12.2, that was 13 years ago. There's no way I'm judging anyone in 25 or judging any of those athletes in 25.3. There's people who do it on a much more regular basis and have way more experience than I do who should be judging the guys at 25.3. We did that. I did that out of necessity back then. And that year's the 12.2 was 11 series of open announcements. Tony Budding did those from his garage. Then the 12 series, the first one we did with Kristen Clever. Then we went and did one with Rich Froning there, the one you were talking about. Then we went and filmed one with Annie Thorisdottir in Iceland. And then we went and filmed one in Columbus with Graham Holmberg. And all of those were pre-recorded. So in 12, they weren't live announcements. And what's interesting is, I think Rich talks about this in one of his clips, but that day that we filmed 12.2 was the week that 12.1 was announced. So Rich and Dan did 12.2 for our filming. Then you saw me judging him. A few hours later, they then did 12.1. And then after that, we went back to their house and they did heavy front squats and heavy something else. And after the first 2 weeks of the Open, and remember, they did 12.1 and 12.2 on the same day. They were first in the world, like 1 and 2. I think Rich was definitely first. I think Dan was second. and they did them both in one day. So cool little piece of history there. At Kyle T. Hammers, Dave, have you ever thought about making it possible for people to donate to prize purse beyond registration for open costs? Examples: when you sign up for the open, you can pay $30. If you wanted, instead of $20, it'd be like giving CrossFit a tip, and any extra money beyond $20 would go to Games prize purse. There are a lot of people passionate about the prize purse, so would give those perhaps people the opportunity to put money where their mouth is. It's a good idea. We didn't do that this year. Maybe we should take a look at doing that in the future. At RXOP64, I personally would love to hear how difficult and unsettling it was to work with the PFAA. Thank you as always, Dave. You are very helpful in this space you have created. Again, I'm not going to get into how difficult it was. I will say we tried communicating with them anytime they asked. I mean, last year in the middle of semifinals, I even flew out to LA to meet with them. So we went out of our way to listen and to accommodate, but I'm not going to get into the difficulties that existed in working with them. At Tracy Briggs 3542, hey Dave, has CrossFit HQ ever considered running an affiliate conference once a year for affiliate owners, say a 2 to 3 day conference run by HQ so affiliate owners from around the world can attend and have a direct line of communication with HQ for a few days? You could have seminar staff, nutritionists, etc. there to run seminars on how to grow affiliate members, train coaches, etc., and just open the lines of communication up. Not all affiliate owners would attend, but I'm sure an annual invite would be appreciated. So there is going to be an affiliate summit, an affiliate training, an affiliate gathering 2 days before the games this year. So the affiliate team is currently planning something that'll be on, I guess, Wednesday and Thursday prior to the games. And it's a conference that we're going to have guest speakers and we'll have speakers. And so it's pretty much what you're describing, I think. So check that out. I don't think we've announced it yet. We talked about it on the affiliate call last week, but we haven't announced a registration link or anything like that. At MyAlaska12, trip to DC, are you going to be the President's Fitness Czar? Oh yeah, I ended up not doing that trip. So I was going to go to DC this week, ended up not doing that. Are you going to be the President's Fitness Czar? No, but that would be pretty cool. At TG3 Podcast, in case anyone was wondering, yes, I did just watch, this is great, we'll end it on this. At TG3 Podcast, in case anyone was wondering, yes, I did just watch a man talking to a camera for 20 minutes, and now I am going to watch 2 other men watch this same video. And then someone else at Paul Kane, PM 5KB, said, great idea, I will do the same. They're talking about Sevon and whoever else he watches it with when he watches this. That's it for the week in review for this week. I'm glad you guys enjoyed 25.1. Looking forward to 25.2. I'm actually headed tomorrow to Phoenix, Arizona for the announcement. I'll be there through Thursday for the team, and it'll be a good one. So buckle in, because 25.2 is going to get real and fast. All right. Thanks, everybody. Leave your comments, your thoughts in the comments. Out.